How are you, President? Are you doing well too?
Happy occasion this morning, and welcome here for this living testimony of the action we had to take a year ago. I think we can only thank God who allowed us to act differently, and for women to also understand our vision in terms of women's emancipation. So welcome once again. I remember that it was on March 8th last year that we set foot on this ZONGO perimeter, which allowed us to see the hardship and suffering of the perimeter in terms of securing their production, in terms of water tribal air production, in terms of water, agricultural equipment and inputs. This led us to take the necessary steps to ensure that these spaces were developed for them and that today production is a reality. I'm very happy to see that they're happy to have been able to produce full-time. It's not just the season, and it produces whatever the season. Here we have corn in March today, fresh corn that it can produce, and all the vegetables, and sports fruits, so. And there it is. They found emancipation. That's emancipation. Contrary to what the imperialists wanted us to understand about the emancipation of women as they conceive it, or emancipation is radical. They want to work, they want to express themselves, they want to be autonomous, and we give them the space to express themselves for that. And that's emancipation, that's autonomy. You see that things have changed. There's no more janjoba, there's no more partying, there's no more, this is not women's emancipation. So there are these things that we need to be able to do at all levels. We want to support women. We cannot simply talk about empowering women. True empowerment requires action and implementation. And that's how it is. They produce, they can sell, and they can get by. All the women of Burkina, we will do everything so that those who want to produce can produce. There you have it, inshallah. Man, dear sisters, women fighters and fighters that you are, be saluted. I thank you very much for the spirit of cohesion that you are showing. I am one of those who do not believe that there's a single day dedicated to women. Every day is for women. And they're translating this into concrete terms over the 12 months of the year, and that is what we are asking for. Contrary to what the imperialists want us to understand about women's emancipation as they conceive it. Emancipation is here. They want to work, they want to express themselves, they want to be independent, and we give them the space to express themselves to do so. And that is emancipation, that is autonomy. In the context of the war that Burkina Faso is experiencing, particularly the fight against imperialism and neo-colonialism that is manifesting itself in violent ways, women are the most affected. Many women today find themselves the heads of households of Abbas, displaced and have lost everything. But they have to fight to keep their families together. You are heroes, I never stop saying so. And this is an opportunity for me to pay tribute to all the fighting women of Burkina Faso, Africa, and the entire world, and to continue this fight so that humanity can find peace again. We have launched a program to empower all women, and this will in various areas. In the agricultural sector, the perimeters are already being developed in each region, soon in each province, and in each commune. And all the women who can join cooperatives and production associations, we will support them in finding the necessary spaces and creating all
the necessary conditions supported by the Ministry of Agriculture so that they can produce. The other aspect is processing. We intend to support women in small-scale processing so that they can flourish and express talents because they have ancestral knowledge of indigenous processing of our local products that we must be able to promote. The third aspect is how to channel young girls into technical and vocational in order to modernize and set up the machinery for endogenous processing that the mamads are setting up. So that is a challenge to be able to direct young girls towards technical education, and soon they should be able to build machines to help the mothers process the raw materials that we produce. So when we manage to combine these three components, I think we will have achieved our goals of empowering women, of making women truly fulfilled. And that is where women will be able to help us in another fight that we're waging today regarding the meaning of conveying the intrinsic values of the Burkinabe. Burkina Faso has values, and these values must be conveyed across generations. But today's social media platforms are inadvertently causing the loss of many of our young girls. For this fight, we need women to be role models, to attract young girls to leave these spaces that are not necessarily spaces of fulfillment, of expression of our values, to really in production, processing, or machine building, to help with the transformation and to actively participate in the life of the nation. This is our vision for women, and I think that this day of celebration, which celebrates women's resistance, resilience, fighting spirit, selflessness, and determination, should be a day of constant reflection to achieve the goals I have just mentioned. In ancient times, these were days of celebration, entertainment, and all that goes with it, and I don't think that's the right way to go. In the vision of the revolution, we see women's emancipation in a different way, and I think that your technicians have their work cut out for them to be able to make the software change, to adapt to this context and support women in this vision. And I think that they are the happiest. Many areas have already been completed. They are currently receiving their work, and we will continue to monitor them to be able to support them in production and also in processing. We are going to launch the program to support them in this. And as I said, technical education will be your main focus to channel young girls into technical education. Many industries will emerge in Burkina Faso, and raw materials are therefore welcome. I have already ordered that to coordinate for the tomato issue, how women can actively participate in supporting the tomato factories that we have already set up. So in all these factories, many women will be employed, and I am proud to have inaugurated factories such as the Akatim processing plant, where many women are employed, and it warms my heart. That is what we need. So I encourage all women to review the emancipation model that we want to offer them, to get involved, to join cooperatives and associations, to create units together as a unit, and also to try to modernize this transformation. We will be there to support them and help them achieve their goals. So I wish you a very happy celebration to all the women of Burkina Faso, to all the women around the world. And day of reflection on the prospects for this emancipation of women. So good luck to all of you, and may God accompany you in your activities and that things continue to move forward. May God put his hand and protect all the Burkina Faso. May God give you the strength necessary to be able to educate our youth in the values that we desire. Thank you very much to everyone. May God be with you.